Zealous here, and today we're continuing with Steam jobs and game development. Now, that out of the way, let's get into it. A tester's job is to find bugs or mistakes in video games. Bugs are often the result of bad coding. More often, though, bugs are just part of the job and occur no matter what. When a development team combines so many pieces into one game, characters, environments, player abilities, and choices, it is inevitable that there will be problems. It's the job of a tester to unmake the game, in quotes, to play in every possible way. This includes walking into walls, jumping into every pit, and talking to characters in the wrong order. Even though they get to play video games, testers do not play games you would at home, like you would at home. If you ever ignored a mission prompt in a role-playing game or started driving backward in a racing game, then you might understand what testing is like. Testers give the game designers feedback, letting them know how closely the development team was matched the original vision for the game. There are a few correct ways to play a game, but there are many incorrect ways, and testers have to find them all. Testers must be imaginative and patient in order to find as many bugs as possible. A background in technology and engineering is useful, but not required. Becoming a tester does not require a college degree and is considered a good place to start in the industry. Wait, what? Community management. Fans of video games use the internet to learn about games before they are finished. They also visit websites and forums to share their excitement and learn new strategies. Since there are many games that have online multiplayer, players form groups, sometimes called clans, so they can win team matches or complete difficult dungeons together. Players form communities around their favorite video games. Wait, what? Is that Call of Duty? Wait, it's Call of Duty Black Ops. A community manager is someone who helps build a relationship between the game developers and its community players. They share news on the game's official website and also partial to the forums to make sure everyone is nice to each other. Community managers speak to the game designers, letting them know that players want from future updates to the game. It's important for developers and publishers to show their content at video game expos like E3 because fans will read articles and watch videos from the event. Or high-profile games such as Call of Duty Black Ops 2 tend to be more popular and sell more copies. And we're already almost done. But often, community managers are the first people to communicate with players when something goes wrong. If the video game is down for maintenance and people start complaining on internet forums, the community manager responds to the angry comments in a professional manner. A community manager is supposed to keep people happy and excited for a game. They act as a bridge of communication between players and the development team. community managers need to know HTML coding so they can update the video game's website. They need to be good writers too. Many community managers have experience in journalism, advertising, or public relations. While community managers are usually not involved in the game's development, they need to know how it works so they can communicate the process to the public. Okay. Video game economics. Video games can have many types of resources or valuable items that the players can collect, including weapons, gear, and gold. Games like World of Warcraft have millions of players collecting, buying, and selling these resources in a vital economy. Development studios hire economists to find a good balance between resources being too easy and too hard to collect. Bethesda's games and the Fallout series use bottle caps as a form of currency, because in the post-apocalyptic future of the story, they are a rare resource that has become as hard to find as gold. This is what it looks like. Economists are people who use math to calculate how much science should cost. They also use facts about how individual people will behave in order to predict how large groups will buy and sell resources. They use this information to estimate prices and advertise businesses. Video game economists make sure players do not break, in quotes, the virtual economy by finding ways to make resources cheaper or easier to collect. They also help game designers figure out drop rates, the probability that rare items will appear after defeating enemies. Video games economics can also work with real-world money. Play games, which are a new type of video game that have microtransactions, which is what happens when a game in-game items cost real money. Economists help the development team decide the conversation rate, or how much of the in-game resources the players should receive for spending real money. Video game economists need a strong background in math to run complex calculations or figuring out prices. They also need to understand the technology of video games. They can collect the information to make those calculations. It is a new job in the video game industry, but with the rise of popularity in free-to-play games, there is a great demand for economists. Well, this was a short one, but that'll be the end of this book and then for today's video. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. And see you guys again very, very soon. Later.